Hello and welcome to the Extremis Publishing podcast. I'm Tom Christie, and it's a pleasure today to be broadcasting from one of Stirling's most beloved retail destinations. At the top of King Street and Spittal Street, it's the one and only Tinsel and Tartan. Now, this is one of the destinations for shopping here in Stirling, which is Scotland's ancient capital, because this is the place to go to not just at Christmas, but all the way through the year for festive gifts, Scottish gifts, and so much more besides. And it's a great pleasure to be joined today by the owner of Tinsel and Tartan, Lyndsey McDermott.
Hello Tom, thanks for having me.
It's a great pleasure to be here. So Lyndsey, where did the Tinsel and Tartan journey begin?
I've always loved Christmas and I've always loved Scotland and I really love my hometown of Stirling. For some time I imagined that I might like to work with tourists in some fashion, but I didn't fancy one of the seasonal jobs in one of the historic buildings or something, so the idea came about for an all year round Christmas shop with a Scottish twist.
So have you always been a fan of Christmas, or is it something that kind of come to you later on?
I suppose when I was really small, Christmas was magical, but it didn't really become so big for me until I had my own son 24 years ago. So when he was born, Christmas became such a start planning for Christmas months and months in advance. I loved it. I loved creating the magic for him. Yeah.
And even before you started in the retail world, I mean, what was your favourite kind of festive entertainment? Was it the music? Was it the movies? Was it the gifts? Was there any one particular thing that you really enjoyed?
It was definitely movies, Tom. I like a Christmas movie. Definitely movies more than panto. I don't ever really remember doing the Christmas panto thing when I was wee, but it was definitely, I remember all the movies.
Yeah, because when you think about it, Scotland's kind of the pantomime central, isn't it, for
Absolutely.
Christmas? I think of Ricky Fulton and Una McLean and the Crankies. I mean, the list goes on.
Yep. And still now we're getting new ones every year with up-and-coming talent and old faces that we remember, still on the go.
So dare I ask, do you have a favourite Christmas movie, or is it just did it change from year to year?
I don't know about changing from year to year, but I think Elf is up there. It's definitely one of my favourites. But I do get it when people say Die Hard. Mm. There's a lot of movies that you probably wouldn't think to remember, but when they come on you go, oh, I love this one. Oh, it's been ages since I've seen this. It's probably only been a year though.
And controversially, even Die Hard 2 is a Christmas movie when you think about it.
Yep, that's right.
So plenty of festive fun to be had with Bruce Willis and his machine gun. So tell us a bit more about Tinsel and Tartan. What kind of things do you sell there?
Well, I think the thing that makes my shop different from other Christmas shops, and there are a few in Scotland, is that if it's tartan, I'll have it. And I go out my way to source Scottish stuff so that it's not just a Christmas decoration, it's a Scottish souvenir. I try and get things from local crafters and made in Scotland as much as I can. Some of them are my own designs, so I'm just looking at one that I got a friend to make recently, and it's the words to the Dougie MacLean song Caledonia on a hanging heart. And you don't have to be a tourist. Locals love these things as well because they're not, tacky. They're not your usual holiday souvenir tack. They are tasteful and heartfelt. I think a lot of them. For me, I think that anyway.
And that's a really important point, isn't it? Because even if you're out there listening and you don't like Christmas, and frankly, why? But even so, if you love Scotland and you love Scottish culture, you're bound to find something that'll interest you here because there's just so much on offer.
Yeah, I always say, and quite a lot of the husbands, Tom, no offence because you're a gent, but quite a lot of the husbands come in and they're looking a bit grumpy. They don't want to be in here, but I'll start chatting away and I'll say, come on, there must be something about Christmas that you like, even if it's the movies or the food or the seeing the family. And you can usually prize a wee smile out of someone, and then I watch and they go round the shop and 9 times out of 10 they'll go, oh, that's nice. Oh, and they're not expecting to find anything they like, but they usually do.
Which of course begs the question, do you have particular products that are really, really popular every year, or do you find that some are more popular some years than others? I mean, what have the sale trends been like?
Last year, the last couple of years, we had gonks. Everyone went nuts for gonks. Do you remember gonks from when you were wee?
Oh yes.
It used to be something you won at the fair.
Yeah.
But now it seems to be everyone's got their house full of gonks, so you would have tartan gonks in this shop. Wee gonks with kilts and wee gonks with tartan hats, and apparently they keep bad luck away. So hopefully I've got lots and lots of lucky customers that have now got lucky houses with all these gonks that I've sold. But for me, the Hamish the tartan cow and Morag his tartan girlfriend, that's got to be my favourite bestsellers of all time. And they're made here, so you know, again, it's things with my own wee twist. I like making the wee wooden ones you see with the tartans there next to you, and it's my own sayings and phrases, so I can have like Scotland, pure dead brilliant. Scotland, haste you back. Or Auld Lang Syne, or My Heart Belongs in Scotland. So it's nice to have my own input on these things.
Well, I've been fortunate enough to visit your shop in all different seasons of the year, and the one thing that I've always enjoyed about it is that you can find visitors from all different countries of the world, and of course people can find out more about them on your Facebook page as well. Do you find there are particular products that are more popular with particular countries, or is it really just the kind of thing where it just, you know, it doesn't really matter and people always find something that interests them?
I think the hairy coo seems to be a fascination worldwide. If it's got hairy coo in it, I'm all over that as well. And I wish I had one outside. I could tie it up to a lamppost and, you know, there would be swarms of people round about. It would be amazing. So I think the hairy coo is across all countries and cultures, but it is fascinating to me the people that you meet that are just obsessed with William Wallace. There was a guy in from Peru the other day. I love William Wallace. I love Braveheart. I says, Braveheart, where does this come from? I just love it. I love it. And there's just no telling at all how these people have got this affinity with Scotland and Scottish people. It's quite bizarre, really. But I'm flattered. We should all be flattered. Everybody wants to be Scottish, I think.
And actually, that's an interesting point, because if people are coming to your shop just looking for decorations, they will certainly find them, but they'll also find so much more besides. I mean, there's a real plethora of different products on sale here. What would you say are some of your more unusual items?
My Alice in Wonderland nutcrackers, very unusual, often commented on, but no one's bought them yet. Felt mouse in a felt Christmas pudding Christmas tree topper. It's different. I've got so much in here. It's just crammed full, isn't it? I'm looking around and I'm thinking, what's unusual? Because to me it's all normal, because I see it all every day.
Yeah. Well, everyone loves a good Christmas tree topper, or finial dabras as the American audience like to call them. But I mean, I have to say, I mean, really, you have so many different things, not just in terms of Christmas decorations, but as you mentioned earlier, with a really distinctive Scottish twist as well.
Yep. Like my fused glass that's made in Glasgow. We've got the hairy coo, we've got the saltire flag, we've got the wee robin that's a bestseller, we've got a whole collection of British birds, but my favourite is, of course, the Turnix tea cake. Who wouldn't want a Turnix tea cake hanging on their Christmas tree? It's just awesome.
Now, if for whatever reason you're not Scottish and haven't tried a Turnix tea cake,
you need to do it.
We should explain that they're absolutely glorious little cakes with a biscuit base, a marshmallow topping coated with chocolate. And if you think that sounds lovely, you should try them, because believe you me, there's nothing else quite like them on earth.
No. Fabulous. And they come in sixes, Tom, and I always say, if you want one, you better buy your own six, because this box is mine.
A bit like Ecclefechan tarts, I suppose. You know, everybody's got a favourite, haven't they?
Yes.
So what does the future hold then for Tinsel and Tartan? I understand that you've got a really popular online store as well.
Yeah, I'm going to be working a bit more on that. I think that, like many people, you can get a bit too busy running your business and you forget to spend the time marketing your business. So that's going to be my next challenge, is putting a bit more effort into the website. And I'm hoping that when the shop's not busy, that'll give me something to do. It's just a marvellous idea that when it's quiet and there isn't many visitors in the town, I'll still be parcelling up bits and posting it off across the world. Absolutely love it. And people are getting in touch saying, do you post to Australia? Do you post to America? Yes, I do. Hurry up and send me your order. I'm here and I'm ready to pack it up.
So if for whatever reason you're not able to come and visit Tinsel and Tartan, perhaps you're not heading in Scotland on your holidays this year, I would very much advise you to visit the website at www.tinselandtartan.co.uk, where you can see many of Lyndsey's products for sale.
Thanks very much, Tom. I'll be expecting a whole load of orders coming in after this.
And you deliver worldwide, is that right?
Worldwide, and if your country isn't on the website just yet, get in touch, because it's just a matter of adding it on. It's quite easy to do.
So you must have had many different visitors here from so many different countries over the years. Are there any particular ones that stick out in your mind?
Yes, absolutely. And I'm thinking about a wee girl who was in with her family, who I took a photo of and I actually put it on my Facebook page. She was the absolute cutest. I said, what was the best thing about your holiday? And she was racking her brains and she was twisting her hands together trying to think. And I said, what do you think it was? She said, there's just too many good things about this holiday. And you know, it's just great to be a part of people's holiday story. And I ask everyone to take my card, find me online, because at Christmas I ask them all for a picture of their Christmas tree. So not everybody does it, but the ones who do, it's just fabulous, because I do remember them. You know, I remember them all. I remember the stories. I get people coming back every year, and some of them bring me a Christmas bauble from their country, and that's really special. I've got ladies who come every year and bring me back a bauble from where they are in Louisiana, and it's just it's an amazing way to meet lots of nice people. I don't get grumpy people in the shop, Tom. If you don't like Christmas, I don't think they come in. So usually it's friendly and happy and it's all a good vibe.
Well, who doesn't like Christmas? They should be banned if they don't like
Yeah,
Christmas.
if you don't like it, just walk on by.
I mean, I can understand why kids love it so much. I mean, I'm looking at your selection of finger puppets over there, and you know, little dolls, and so many different decorations that would suit all ages. I mean, it really is an absolute,
something for everyone.
Exactly that. Exactly.
And
that.
for boys and girls that are in the shop and they have been good and they've behaved themselves, we've also got Santa's magic drawer. So if you opened it, or if I opened it, it's empty, Tom. But when good boys and girls open it, there's magic happens, and there's something in there for them to take home with them. And you know, some of the faces when they're going out and they're like, that shop was magical, that was the best shop in the world, and it just makes my heart swell. I'm so proud of that. It's moments like that that you just think, oh, look at their wee faces, you know. Brilliant.
And it would be remiss of me not to ask, has Santa paid a visit in person?
Well, I think Santa was in yesterday. There was a fella in and I said, are you Santa on holiday? Big white beard, white hair, kind of keeping an eye on me, like undercover boss. So, yeah, I think, and I met Santa a few years ago, so I think he's keeping an eye on me. I think it's the same guy.
Well, we do know that he likes to travel incommunicado, so you never know. He wants to make sure if everyone's been naughty or nice.
Yep, it's like undercover boss, I think.
So do you have any exciting new products in place to come out this year, or is it still a surprise?
What have I got coming this year? I have had deliveries already from the North Pole. I'm still unpacking some of them. For my fairy tales collection, we've now got Jungle Book, so that was new. Always on the lookout for new things with cows and new things with Nessies. They go down well, they're a bit of fun. But yep, I'm sure that Mark that does my fused glass, he's got some new pieces coming out this year. He always brings out a couple of new ones, so I'm always looking forward to those as well. Yeah. Honestly, you should see it all when it arrives. It's just like Christmas. Because I've forgotten what I've ordered. Opening up the boxes as if I've never seen it before, you know.
Yeah. And that's the amazing thing for your visitors, isn't it? Because it's just that little piece of Christmas magic, just kind of, frozen in time for anyone who wants to come and visit at any time of the year.
And I think because my stock's always changing, it stops me getting bored, so it keeps it alive for me all year and it keeps it exciting. But return visitors, so they're not, it's not all people from overseas and far afield. I've got plenty local customers and people from round about, and they keep coming back because there's always new stuff to come in and find what's new. So, yeah.
And you and your shop have featured in the news as well, haven't you? Both in print and on the airwaves.
Yep, I've been quite lucky. I've been surprised with an invitation to do interviews on the news, and they just kind of turn up and ask their questions, and you've just got to hope for the best. But yeah, and we were also featured in a pantomime that was on TV. It was a movie of a pantomime during lockdown, because people couldn't get to the theatre, so they made a movie and they did the backdrop of it in the shop here. I was so proud, and I was over in the corner hiding when they all were filming and all the equipment. It was really exciting.
One thing I've always enjoyed about your shop is that it has a really wonderful social media presence, and you've been spotlighting many of your customers who've come sometimes from far away to visit and to buy some of your really unique items here. How can people find out more about the Tinsel and Tartan journey online? I mean, are you on Facebook or?
I do my Facebook and I do my Instagram page. I've not quite grasped the idea of TikTok yet. I feel like I'm too old. But people tell me, no, you're not. But I thought Instagram was quite young and trendy enough. I really enjoy it. And as you say, it's not just product. It's the people that come in, it's the city of Stirling, it's things that's going on in Scotland, keeping it light-hearted, keeping it fun, keeping it interesting rather than always trying to sell. I think that if you're just trying to sell a product all the time, people switch off online. It doesn't grab their attention so much,
Well, Lyndsey, thanks so much for taking the time to talk to us today about your shop. If you are planning a visit to Stirling and you love Christmas, then absolutely you know where to come. Tinsel and Tartan is the destination for you, and it's certainly one of Scotland's best loved Christmas shops. So if you'd like to find out more about Tinsel and Tartan, the work that they do in the area, and the wonderful products that they have on sale, remember that website, www.tinselandtartan.co.uk, and you can find out more about it. And also don't forget to sign up to their social media channels as well, as there's always something exciting going on.
Thanks for having me, Tom. Come back anytime.
Well, it's been great to speak to you, Lyndsey, and I really hope you've enjoyed listening at home as well. Don't forget to tune in for another episode again soon.
If you would like to find out more about advertising on the Extremist Publishing podcast, please visit their website at www.extremistpublishing.com for details.